And a good morning to you, rugby fans. Welcome to Indianapolis, Indiana. We are at Coons Stadium. USA Club Rugby brings you the 2025 Club National Championships, the penultimate 15s weekend here in the United States. It is the D3 semifinal. The Rhinos, Columbia Rhinos from South Carolina versus Rocky Gorge, taking up one semifinal spot. The winner of this one will play the winner of the Scottsdale Blues and the Denver Highlanders. That will be tomorrow for a D3 championship. So everything on the line here. I am John Broker. I will be joined by Lance Kavanaugh, Great American Rugby's Lance Kavanaugh, for this matchup. We're just about ready to get underway. Rocky Gorge taking on the Columbia Rhinos.
I don't want to look ugly out there.
For a referee to get ourselves set.
Huh?
Club rugby staff just getting us set for the day here. Just about to get underway. Referee will be Josh Musanera. Referee Musanera just about ready to get us going here.
Good to go. Good.
Referee Musanera to get us started here. And whistles for the beginning of this Division III matchup. Rocky Gorge kicking that one off to the Rhinos. Rhinos, ball in hand. Contact right there as they drive their way forward. Rocky Gorge on defense. They're in the white. Are the Columbia Rhinos. Ball moved away there from Wheatley. Across the field, inside their 22. Some early action here, trying to get some runs in. Both these teams done well to get to this point. Wheatley moves that one back across. Penalty, however, drawn by Rocky Gorge. Looks like Alex Lorenzo in there to turn that one over, and Rocky Gorge will have the ball. They're going to put this one to the corner. Let's see if it gets there. Just does. Opportunity for them. A line out. They have no use for the early 3 points. Like to score some tries. The referee sets the mark there. Sam Gregoire with the ball in hand. Xavier Blackmore letting him know, letting him know what they expect. Drive coming here from Rocky Gorge. Rocky Gorge at the tail is Gregoire. Coming across is Michael Williams. Little cut back in. Good first run from Rocky Gorge. Rocky Gorge. Player has to roll away there. Is that a penalty? Referee on the spot. Says player was trying to roll, so going to let them keep going there as it's picked up by Daryl Kittrell. Kittrell takes it as far as he can go. A lot of Rocky Gorge bodies in there. Look for the pick and go, and there they have it. Driving forward, looking for the try line, and over the try line. Will it be awarded? Referee says, let's hold up. Talk with the assistant referee coming.
So, initially what I have is short, and then this is out. Is it ground in this area?
Yes.
So, you have a try?
What I have is he's short.
Yep.
He places it and then places it again.
So double movement.
Double movement.
Yeah. So no try. Double movement.
Assistant referee comes in and says that is no try. They're going to go back for the penalty, however. But no try based on the fact that the player hit the ground, propelled themselves forward. So a double movement there. So Rocky Gorge maintains possession. They're going to go for the corner again. They want these points. Not looking for the 3, looking for the full 7. Good attack so far from them in and around that 5-meter line. Ball to Gregoire again, a Baltimore, Maryland native. Indiana University of Pennsylvania, one of the top rugby programs in their division at the moment. Had the pleasure of calling many of their games. Ball down, looking to roll off the other side. Ball is in Kittrell's hands. Kittrell takes the ball in. Coming out there from Michael Williams. Michael Williams, ball in the middle of the field. The space opens up. Can they get through? A little offload. straightening up the line from Abraham to Alvarez. Alvarez takes it to the ground. Is there room out wider now? There's the hole, spinning around, looking for that space there is Jamel Murray. Murray can't find it. They're going to come back across Williams. Williams gets the ball into Evan Miller's hands. Miller. Columbia Rhinos putting up some good defense right now, and they're picked off that ball, but was it knocked forward? Referee says yes. Knock on by the Rhinos. Could be Rocky Gorge scrum here. So in the 5-meter zone of the Columbia Rhinos throughout this first period of play. Opportunity here again. Referee just bringing in a blood sub. Gregoire out of the game for just a moment. Well, he gets cleaned up. Take a look at the Rhinos players playing strong defense so far. You saw Jackson King there from Simsbury, Connecticut, playing for the Columbia Rhinos in this one. Ludd sub is in the game. Khalid Epps. Storm, South Africa born in Columbia, South Carolina now. But it is Rocky Gorge ball. Michael Williams from Eldersburg, Maryland. It's high school rugby for the West Carroll Marauders. Set to get this Rocky Gorge attack going again. First 4 minutes, all inside the 22 of this Columbia Rhinos team. Looking to come away with points. Another penalty. Going to have to start being careful now, the Rhinos. Yellow cards could follow this. And they're finally going to go for points. So good defensive stand there from the Rhinos, holding back Rocky Gorge. Not allowed to score the full 5 or 7 for a try. Going to take the 3 should they get this one to just tick that scoreboard over for the first time. Ball just slides off the tee there. On field 1 today, we're going to have this game, Columbia Rhinos versus Rocky Gorge, followed by Tampa Crew versus the Las Vegas Irish. That one goes through, so it's 3-0. And then Atlanta Old White versus the Boston Iron Wolfhounds. Then the conclusion of Chicago Griffins versus Old Blue. Game that could not be finished yesterday because of weather. And Lance Kavanaugh, pretty interesting start, all Rocky Gorge ball.
Yeah, they found themselves deep on the end, and they found a way to pound it in. Too many mistakes, too many opportunities. Rocky Gorge had a chance to get the ball, Columbia had a chance to get the ball away, squandered that opportunity, and now Rocky Gorge has an early 3-0 lead.
Henko Storm puts that one up in the air for Rocky Gorge. Rocky Gorge, ball to ground. Still on the attack. Have been on offense this entire 5 minutes. That one gets knocked forward, so this may change. Knocked forward in a touch, so may have either an opportunity here for a scrum or a lineout. We'll see what they choose. Lance, they really need this initial attacking opportunity, the Rhinos.
They really do. I mean, Rocky Gorge getting points and immediately turning the ball over deep in their own end, having to defend a scrum inside their own 22 this early stance of the game. Won't be a problem as the game progresses, but it definitely gives Columbia a bit of relief that maybe Rocky Gorge will make those mistakes deep on their own end when they need them the most, too.
Set to put this one in is Alec Wheatley. Alec Wheatley from Exeter, England. Went to the Exeter School. Now in South Carolina. Gets that ball away. In the middle of the field go the Rhinos. First real attack for them. Let's see what they can do. Forwards are just setting on the opposite side of the field, but ball is in the hands of Tyler Gillum, another Columbia, South Carolina native. And Wheatley gets that one back. Wheatley off in the hands of Huck. Huck takes it. Wheatley looking, but referee whistles. There was a knock-on in the breakdown there. Good work of Rocky Gorge to force that to happen. So it'll be a scrum here for Rocky Gorge right around their own 22.
Sneaky player the ball into that tackle, able to pull the ball away. The ref almost missed the call. The knock-on happened so marginally and underneath the ball carrier that it almost got through. Little complaints from Rocky Gorge, and the ref able to see it clear. Rocky Gorge with a chance to clear their lines and get space inside the 22 on this scrum.
Rocky Gorge ball. Ball in the hands of Williams. for a big drive, trying to squeeze a penalty there. The Rhinos not going to get it. It's going to come out into the middle of the field. They go. Ball is in A.O. Abraham's hands. There is knocked. Kicked forward according to the referee, so everybody can continue to play. Whistle now, however, we will bring this back.
Now we've seen multiple opportunities for Rocky Gorge to clear the line. Looks like they wanted to play into a little bit of space, maybe set up a phase or two. But running sophisticated or semi-sophisticated backline plays deep in your own half could spell trouble. You got to get into the game a little bit, get a little bit more warmed up, cohesive, and those will get off. But now again, Columbia, an opportunity to equalize or go up if they can convert this scrum set piece.
Ball to come in from Wheatley. At the back of the scrum there is Todd Shearer. Ball's going to come out. Into the midfield they go, looking for some runners, a couple of dummy lines. Will that space open up? Opens up initially there for Gillum, but eventually taken down. You can see the post, however, as Wheatley picks it up. Gets it out to the wing, Jacob Smith. Jacob Smith to the ground, ball still alive. Wheatley just that little move to hold some people. Alex Turner into the ground that time. Wheatley again. Forwards waiting, middle of the field there, Mitchell Huckey. Good pot of forwards driving in there. Wheatley moves it. Good distance across the field. Is there width here? There's some space. Can they get through it? Big hit comes in there. Looks like Sam Carter, the captain, took that one in. Wheatley across again. Into the hands of Jackson King. Jackson King stopped. Now it's Rocky Gorge's turn to play some solid defense right on their own line. Mitchell Huckey from Findlay, Ohio, comes in with that one. There's the space. Spills out of the hand. Goes forward. It's in Rocky Gorge hands. Rocky Gorge coming out from their own line. A dangerous day. There's a couple of big bump-offs there, however. Finally get to the kick. There's certainly some space in behind. The foot race is on. Going across to that opposite side of the field. Player a little isolated. Let's see how the footwork goes. Dragged down by the jersey eventually. So still Columbia Rhinos ball, but 50 meters behind where they were moments ago. Having to get themselves reset there. Wheatley just waiting. Gets it up into the hands. Schwarzenberger. Nice little break from the scrum half. He steps another one. Wheatley, you can see how active he is going to be today. Beautiful day here in Indianapolis. Ball to the ground. The referee whistle goes. Another not releasing there. Inside their 22. Two great turnovers so far from Rocky Gorge, Lance.
Frantic play. We've seen Columbia have a chance of getting an opportunity in the try line. Big hit here on the sideline, on the touch line. Knocked the ball on. Rocky Gorge attacking back, getting the kick back. Ball continues to stay in play as they go back and forth. And it seems as Rocky Gorge has completely understood the bend, don't break mentality. Columbia having opportunities but just can't find points.
Ball pushed forward. It's going to be Rocky Gorge line out here. Blood sub still in there. Cleed Epps-Gregoire out of the game for the moment. We'll see if he can return. Epps puts that one to the front. A little trickery there. Tries to go back to him. Ball still alive. Going to get that in the middle of the field. Pot of forwards waiting. Get themselves set. Cottrell takes that one in. Williams. Inside their own 22. Big pressure coming on here from the Columbia Rhinos. The referee has whistled.
And again, a decision to not go with the quick kick and get out of their own end might have bit Rocky Gorge again. We've seen 4 set pieces this early in the match with Rocky Gorge deep on their own side but still holding on to that goose egg. That luck might run out, but it seems like they're comfortable in their way of attack so far.
You know, Lance, sometimes you wonder these teams, and you've been around USA Club Rugby for a long time, some of the games that teams play on the way up to this kind of championship weekend, a little less pressure on defense, but everything to play for here. There's a little more, defensive pressure coming on you, and a little more just general pressure because of the level you're playing at. So some of these teams just have to adjust to that as the game gets started.
Yeah, it's a confidence thing. If for the length of the season you've been finding yourself on the front foot whenever you decide to attack, pin your ears back and line breaking, you take that into these championship matches and it might not work out the same.
Very active player in Wheatley, as I just said moments ago. Gets the ball again to Jacob Smith. Jacob Smith led the team in scoring this year. Couldn't put that one away. Pot of forwards coming in. Pretty straightforward rugby from both of these teams, using some big forwards there to try to pound some space, try to disorganize that defense. That Schwartzendruber takes that one in from the College of Charleston. Ball bounces again into Rocky Gorge hands. Do they have some space this time? Little one-handed offload there. Doesn't quite go to hand. Will they come all the way back? Referee says advantage not gained. We'll come back for a scrum.
And we're seeing Columbia really utilize their forwards in the center of the field. They seem to be very dead set on playing the ball to the outside of the 15-meter channel. 2 4-pack hit-ups in the middle of the field, and then going out to some of their speed on the outside. It hasn't really broken through this Rocky Gorge defense, but it seems like they're set in the way that they'll attack. Let's see if it helps them as the game progresses.
Referee brings the scrum together. Williams, pardon me. Won a lot of games this weekend. Occasionally mix one up off that left boot. Goes the kick from Rocky Gorge, getting some distance. Be a line out here for the Rhinos. So not too much gain there. Rhinos on the attack. 3-0 Rocky Gorge. About 14 minutes into this one.
And look at the choice to immediately kick. They didn't play it to the backs. They didn't play it to the middle of the field. Instead, right to their trusty 10, off the park, set themselves up for defense. They're starting to see their defense is going to keep them in this matchup.
Not the cleanest line out you're going to see, so it winds up in Rocky Gorge hands. This time, Williams going to go with the box kick. Did it go directly out? Did it bounce? Assistant referee says it bounced in a touch. So it should be Columbia Rhinos ball. And Lancia, you called it right now. Rocky Gorge kind of learned from those mistakes, playing a bit of territory.
If they see themselves with the defense holding for them the way it did in that 8 minutes deep in their own end, inside their 22, that's the confidence they'll take to the rest of the game, to play tactically and be on the front foot whenever possible.
To the front they go, do the Rhinos. Didn't work out in the end. They saw that first line out and not quite go to hand. Trying a different tactic there.
2 kicks, 2 line outs, and now Rocky Gorge has the ball on the green side of the 50. Now they can get into their attack and really set themselves up for the rest of this first half.
Rocky Gorge. Ball in, big drive coming from the Rhinos. They have a powerful set of forwards there, but they're going to come right in the middle of the field looking for that ball in behind. Space coming, player not getting the acceleration he would want, but now finds some space. Little step out, little step back in for Jamel Murray. Murray, ball back into Williams' hands. They've got runners across the field. They go very wide. There's some defenders just kind of straggling out there, so we got to keep an eye on that. Might not have had as much room as he wanted, but ball knocked down in the contact there. Bit of nerves. Let's be a scrum here for the Columbia Rhinos.
Little bits of information you can definitely take from that set piece there. We know that Rocky Gorge can play to the edge. They can find those little gaps. Got a half break. Defense able to swarm and press to the sideline to smother it at the end. Then Rocky Gorge going big double skip back to the other side of the field. It looks like RG is going to play as wide as possible. If Columbia can keep up for the entirety of this first half, we might see the scoreline stay the same as this first half goes on.
I mean, frankly, there were a couple of Rhinos forwards back in that wide channel on the other side just because they weren't working too hard to get it on defense. So going to have to work that one out. But a good ball there anyway from Wheatley. Wheatley has been instrumental in this first 16 minutes in keeping this team moving and keeping them going downfield. Puts the pressure on right here. You can see Xavier Roberts on defense there, putting a ton of pressure on this Rocky Gorge team. Now they're going to go back and they go to that left boot again. Jacob Rampola doing the kicking. Puts that one down. into touch, so another Columbia Rhinos line out coming here. And Lance really kind of feeling each other out. Quite an even battle at the moment, in my opinion. Let's see where these teams get to. Somebody's going to have to stamp their authority on this one.
And it seems as Columbia are the ones stamping their authority. They've been on the green side of attack. Even right here, they've seen this pitcher multiple times. They're going to figure out how to work it out eventually. You can't give a team too many chumps at the apple, especially deep in your own end.
Drive coming from Columbia. Forward power. Wheatley right at the back there, trying to dig that ball out, make sure it's safe. Good player, Wheatley. Nottingham Trent University. Penalty against Rocky Gorge. They're going to go quick. The big man is going to hit his way right up there. Players in and over the ball. Held up over the try line, however. So going back in there for the captain, Carter. It's going to come back. It'll be a goal line drop here for Rocky Gorge. Able to stop that first try.
And immediately with the penalty, goes right to the quick tap. Seen the space, seen the opportunity, but the RG is able to turn around and hold strong on that try line. Able to get the goal line dropout, but Columbia is really starting to find their confidence.
Columbia has ball in hand off of that goal line drop. It was a nice distance on there across the 50, but Tyler Gillum takes that one. Now Wheatley. Little chip over. This is a pre-planned move here to try to put the space in the back. Rocky Gorge, a lot of pressure there on Michael Williams. Michael Williams, good job. And his players have to work back. No scrum half in there, so they're going to have to figure out who will play that distributor role. It comes up into the hands of Joel Henry. Henry's going to take that one forward. Williams now an opportunity. He's got a kicker back. Going to go there off that left boot. Probably not going to get the distance you might like if it hits touch, but does not find it. Out at the 50-meter line again. Here come the Rhinos. Rhinos get the ball into the hands of Xavier Roberts. He's looking for that corner, and he cannot find it. Little grab of the jersey there. Gets the offload away, however. Columbia Rhinos on the move. Put some good pace on the ball out wide. They've got room across the field if they can get it there. Just take a pick and go to settle things down. Have done. Wheatley makes his way across field. Another pick and go. Will that player be held up by Rocky Gorge? Will not. Big drive there from the captain again, making those little yards so important to gain momentum. Off they go one more time. Rocky Gorge on defense. Columbia Rhinos on the attack, feeling confident, sending the big boys in, forcing this Rocky Gorge team to make a lot of tackles so far. Good drive. The referee's going to whistle here. Looks like that ball is on the ground. Look like that is a try. Good work there by the Rhinos. Finally get their due. Points on the board. Looks like Todd Shearer takes that one. Couldn't even see it from our vantage point, but stuck right under, scores a try. Columbia takes a lead by 2 points. Kick to come.
What an appropriate name for this side, the Rhinos. They decided to go right dead center, right down the middle, putting the spike in the hearts of this Rocky Gorge side. Pick and go after pick and go. The confidence from this Columbia side after being on this end of attack for so long, they knew eventually they would get in, and they just simplified the process. Let's go with the forwards. Backline doing a great job after the kick, getting back inside of the 22, really putting RGs on their back foot, and the Rhinos decided that they're going to go straight forward, forward pack led, and they get those 5 points they've been desperately fighting for the last 13 minutes inside of Rocky Gorge's 22.
Kick to come here could extend the lead. Just about halfway through this first half, just a little over halfway through. Kick will come here from Henko Storm. Storm off the post and falls in front, so no good. So 5-3, 2 points in it. Rocky Gorge will have the restart. Storm will be ruining that little miss. Want to make up for it later in the game. Certainly had the right distance, the angle. We continue on in this D3 semifinal. We said Winner of this plays the winner of Scottsdale Denver Highlanders here at USA Club Rugby's Club National Championships weekend. Indianapolis, Indiana, here at Count Stadium. High up in the air from Rampola. Gets the 10. Contest forward. Wasn't knocked forward in the attempt. Couple of players flying up and around. The penalty there against the Rhinos, it looks like. The player got a bit of a knock in the air there. Doesn't seem to be anything malicious in it. Referee and assistant ref are going to have a conversation.
And just to give you a little...
Okay. So, fight 5, contact in the air. Fight 1, sorry. Contact in the air, landed on the box, so yellow card. Yellow card. All right. Captain! So, we have fight 1, okay, contact in the air with black 5. Yes. Landed on the box, so it's going to be a yellow card. Okay. Yep. Yes, sir. 1.
So Christopher Townsell is going to take 10 minutes in the bin. Nothing malicious, but did hit Carter, who was trying to take that ball, the captain for the Columbia Rhinos, on the restart. With their penalty, he's up and okay, is Carter. Looks like a tough fellow from here. So 10 minutes without one of their second or one of the front rows for this Rocky Gorge team. Well, they've just given up a try, Lance. This puts them in a tough position. Have to really defend well for the next 10 to bring that energy back.
Especially how the Rhinos attack. They are a forward attacking group, as we've seen to get that try earlier. They are now going to lean on that forward pack of the RGs and see if they can tire them out. These are the body blows that end heavyweight fights, getting a yellow card so early in this matchup.
Ball up and away there for the Rhinos. Middle of the field they go. Can they make use of this extra player? If they can go to a scrum soon, they will get an advantage, but not when they want there. Going to waste a little time as that ball just thrown into touch. So it's going to be a Rocky Gorge lineout. You can bet they'll take their time about this, try to burn some of that yellow card off the clock, Lance.
This is a great moment to slow it down if you're the RGs. Got to get the ball away from your own end. It's a dangerous time, especially when you're down a player. You do not want to put your team in any defensive situations if possible. Let's see how RGs adapt to the man down.
Ball up to the middle of the lineup from Rocky Gorge. Are able to take that one down in Evan Miller's hands. Miller gets his feet to the ground. Players have to release. Schwartz and Drubert told as much by the referee. That ball slides up and over into the hands of a waiting Columbia Rhinos player. Referee says, let's go, let's play. They're inside the 40-meter line of this Rocky Gorge team. So on the move they go. Roger Williams. Referee just in the way of a charging Todd Shearer. Still the ball. Here comes Storm. Henko Storm hands off a couple, fires his way into some defensive bodies, gets what he needs there. Wheatley comes back in the other direction to the captain. He seems like a never-say-die type of player right there. As the ball comes across, look at it again. There's a space. It opens up. A couple of handoffs. Little offload. The Rhinos on the move here. Scrappy team can certainly get it done. Very well understand each other. That one seemed to be thrown forward by the Rocky Gorge player. It's going to come back for the referee's call there, and they're going to go quickly. There's the line. Right back there. In and over they go. It looks like well-deserved there for Wheatley. Speed of thought gets them going. Right across the line they go. Try awarded. Another 5 points here for this Columbia Rhinos team.
And looks like they had a great opportunity after Columbia tried to grub through, find that space from the ground. But the RGs give the ball right back immediately, follow it up with a high tackle. If you compound mistakes, especially in semifinal national championship stage, especially as you get deeper into the playoffs, giving teams like Columbia, who defeated the last 3 of the 4 last national champions, Columbia defeated on their way to this moment. They are a strong side, and the last thing you want to do is give them extra opportunities, more opportunities, compound penalties, and have a referee against you, especially with this uphill battle you have, down 7 with 15 left in the first.
Kick to come, 10-3 Rhinos. Bit of an angle here. Storm certainly had the distance before, just has to straighten out the direction. Last one hit off the post, so close. This one sails in front of the post, so another no conversion try. So 10-3, Rhinos lead Rocky Gorge. Rocky Gorge down a player here, Lance. Really going to have to dig deep.
Down a player with the referee now being extra attentive, having extra conversations with the captains that are giving up that try. This is literally one of the worst moments you can have early in a national championship level matchup.
Rampola to get Rocky Gorge started again. By no means out of this. There's plenty of time. Good team. Just have to adjust to what's going on here. Well taken there by the Columbia Rhinos. Good first run coming from Roberts. Roberts, if he can find some room with that footwork, you can be assured to be dangerous. Finding some of the big runners. That blend of power and speed that they have, very good. But in and over that one, ripped away there. Great work by Rocky Gorge to take that ball back. Somebody had to stand up and be counted, and it was A.O. Abraham.
Slow, go for the post, take as much time off this clock for the yellow card. To go from the situation 2 minutes earlier to now able to cut into the lead and waste time. Rocky Gorge is finding their moment to capitalize whenever they're available.
Going to take the kick. Williams looking for this one. Williams doesn't have the accuracy on that one, so that is not going to make it. Columbia Rhinos ball in hand again. Rhinos with the 22, since that came off a attempt at a penalty. Go Storm. Finds a little green grass, bounces over the head of Williams. He's able to pick it up on the first bounce. Looks to shape the kick, but it's going to go across the field. Pressure coming on from this Columbia defense as that ball moves out wide. The pass from Alvarez, not taking it full tilt, but able to recover. Here comes Rocky Gorge. Nice drive into the middle of the field there. Williams takes the short side. Ball popped up there from Cottrell. Knocked on, however, by Rocky Gorge in the attempt, so it's going to be a Columbia Rhinos scrum here.
This happens to be our first scrum after the yellow card, correct? So we might actually see Rocky Gorge have to make a quick adjustment to figure out how they're going to deal with the front row.
Yeah, we'll see if they have another front row eligible player there. They may do. Ball to come in here from Wheatley. Alec Wheatley scored 1 try so far. He's an Exeter Chiefs Elite Player Development Group member in his earlier days. Ball in the middle of the field. Looking for some room. Here come the Rhinos pressing on that defense. Good work there by Turner, the Nashville native. A little pick and go from this Rhinos team. Rhinos. Wheatley looks to pass, finds that little space. He's away again. Wheatley is having himself a game. Takes a big hit right there. Pick and go off the back. Rhinos varying their game again, sending some of the big boys in. Can't get isolated there, Thomas Williams. Little chip through. Will the space open up? The foot race is on. Can he get his hands to it? In and over. Another try there for the Columbia Rhinos. You can see what it means to them as Tyler Gillum touches that one down. Tyler Gillum, tremendous work right there. Foot race was on. He won it. Another 5 points. He moved to 15 to the Rhinos.
And the RGs are leaking everywhere, not protecting that A gap after the ruck, giving Wheatley an opportunity. And he's been picking and choosing when to snipe. He's already had a couple carries off the base of a ruck. Able to break the line, got tripped up, but that just completely devastated Rocky Gorge's defense, especially out back. And ever so attentive Rhinos going to the boot. They've been kicking, grubbing, chipping, playing the little foot game whenever possible, and it works out this time, able to touch it down. And, I mean, we're talking about a Columbia side who are roaring. They are roaring to go. Look at the skills.
Just unbelievable from Gillum right there. Unbelievable, the speed of a 6'5" fullback to get himself in there and score that try. Well done.
And the pickup was beautiful. That is class pickup with the flip to go in, a little bit of flair to add to those 5 points. Columbia's roaring.
They certainly are. Their ball up in the hand, the little flip, still able to get that one down. Landed on top of his head, but doesn't seem to bother him too much. Gillum excited about that try, the Irmo High School graduate. Ball up in the air. Rocky Gorge down a bit here. Player in the bin for 10 minutes hasn't helped. Player on the ground right now, slow to get up. They're going to need to amass some points and amass some points pretty quickly. Here comes Rocky Gorge. Good defense coming on from the Rhinos. Abraham in that first receiver position. Pulls some defense across and then passes the ball. Not exactly what Jackson King would have wanted. Pressure defense coming on here from the Rhinos. They are just swarming this Rocky Gorge offense. Not allowing them any space to work, as you can see right there. Losing ground are Rocky Gorge. If the Rhinos can keep this up for the full 80 minutes, it'll be a decisive factor in this game, not allowing Rocky Gorge to get much room. And Rocky Gorge just has to reassemble here. Talented team. Need to find that right tactic to get them through this Rhinos defense. They come a little more methodically now. This may be it. Taking the ball to the edge. Players trying to hold him up. Taken down. Looking for some runners. Little space opens up there for Tyler Tippett. Around the side there is Williams. Defender just shuts it down a little. Eventually gets the pass away, but now he's got to go into the breakdown. Takes a shot for his troubles, but a player on the angle doing that. So it's going to be a penalty for Rocky Gorge. Good opportunity for them. Lance, they probably want to go for the full complement here and put this one to the corner.
They have to. They have to find a way to slow it down. They're coming to the very end of that 10-minute sin bin, and they just need to find a way to get back to full strength. They need to work on how to break through this Columbia defense. They have been pressing defensively, no space, cutting the ball out from the outside in, really chop tackling and getting low. It's been an exceptional bit of defense from this Columbia Rhino side.
Sin bin player is back, so full strength is Rocky Gorge, and not a moment too soon. 5-player lineup they have going on here. Tail there, you see Townsell back in the game. Didn't want to make up for his transgression earlier. Ball in the hands of Gregoire. Driven back by Columbia, but comes back into Rocky Gorge's hands. They go for the little chip this time. Well taken. Little break coming here. Here is Xavier Roberts. You feel if he gets any room, he can go the distance. Roberts taken down with what looks like a high tackle. So there'll be a penalty here for Columbia Rhinos. Not only no try, no points for Rocky Gorge, but a return and a penalty with an opportunity for Henko Storm to push this one downfield.
We have to start questioning Rocky Gorge's motivation and how they anticipate breaking a line or really attacking. The grubber kick through against a speedy side like Columbia. They've been able to cover space really well. They have to find a way to be more confrontational and rely a little bit on what their forwards can do. They got to be able to punch back against this Columbia side.
Wheatley. Storm. Ball bounces a couple times. Did not go forward, but that one does. So referee is going to whistle it. We'll have a scrum here for Rocky Gorge. Another attempt there by the Rhinos to move that one wide.
And this is good check time for Rocky Gorge. 5 minutes left in the half, right around. These are the moments where you got to find some points. Give yourself a good table when it's time for the second half. You got to get some go forward, some confidence moments. Let's see if Rocky Gorge is going to play all the way to the sideline because they haven't really found the ability to get the ball to the wings as well as they should.
Look at the try scorer, Gillum, right there, patrolling the back of the field for this Columbia Rhinos team. Rocky Gorge, stable scrum, balls at the feet of Florenzo. Williams, seeing if they can draw the penalty, trying to drive his team forward. Florenzo's going to go off to the left-hand side. Florenzo, Clarksville, Maryland, went to Salisbury University. Players in and over that from Columbia. Are they doing so illegally? A referee telling Williams to play. So everything seems to be good. Good work by the Rhinos to slow that one down. Nearly a neck roll in there, but player got his hand away. Rocky Gorge trying to get some players going forward. Roger Williams trying to rip that out of the hand. Look at a little tip pass there from Tippett. Florenzo comes forward again. Work their way downfield. The Rocky Gorge down 15-3. About 3 minutes left in this first half on the game clock. Could be a little referee's time. They come across there to Rampola. Looks to Abraham. Abraham, a couple of steps. He is being watched attentively by this Columbia defense. Looking for a way through it, not exactly finding it. Rocky Gorge. Williams. That's a little bouncer in there, so having to dig it out. Possibly turn that over, but not released according to the referee. I thought he might have been there, okay. But a referee right on the spot, so that'll be the call. Rocky Gorge pushes it downfield. They had lost some ground there, Lance, so they're going to attack here from just about the 40-meter line.
They have to build the phases here. This is the moment they have to control the ball for the rest of the half, or at least set themselves up with something in the middle of the field around the 22 to attack. It seems as though they've been struggling just a bit on the lineouts, on these little bit of set pieces. If they can perfect it in the next 3 minutes, it goes a long way for the rest of this match.
Ball to Florenzo, goes to the ground, but legally so, says the ref. Gonna dig that one out is Williams, looking for some runners. You can see that diamond setup right there. A little pass back in, get the ball to Abraham. He is their attacking threat in the middle of the field. Get some ground. Could this be the break they need? They get it out just a little wider. Ball pass back in, trying to keep it alive, but into Columbia Rhinos' hands. And Williams has to make the tackle there. Not what you want late in this first half. Need a little more methodical play. Is that from inside the 22? We'll find out. As Wheatley slows things down. It's going to be a line out here for Rocky Gorge. Another turnover into Columbia Rhinos' hands.
And Columbia able to pull down that maul, completely diffusing that setup for Rocky Gorge. Rocky Gorge going back down the weak side, on the way getting pushed out, just offloaded to the wrong team. These are the corrections that need to be made with expedience, because Rocky Gorge forward pack usually carries the day for them and shows up for them, especially early in games.
Rocky Gorge, 30 seconds left on the game clock here in the first half. Big break coming through from Daryl Cottrell. Dragged back eventually by one of the Columbia defenders. Ref whistles it. We're going to go back for a penalty here against the Rhinos. Referee has time off, wants to have a word here with the Columbia captain.
Your boys are getting a little bit lazy. Okay. We have 2 penalties here. We had a penalty there, stuck to them, and they better discipline, all right? Can you give me 30 seconds? Yeah, take 30 seconds. Yeah, time is off. Yeah. Cool. Turn it off. Yeah. Over here. Yeah.
Referee awarding the penalty. They're going to go for goal again. Gorge is happy late in this half to get some points on the board, regather at halftime, and come back out and give the Columbia Rhinos a run for their money.
And what decision does Rocky Gorge make here? You think they go for the 3, take these points, go into halftime, or do they compete and fight?
He's got a
Looks like they're going for the kick here.
Points, yep.
Sure.
Rocky Gorge looking to tighten this one up as we hit 40 minutes on the stadium clock. So it could be a little referee's time. Williams lets loose on that one, and it goes over. So they're at 15-6 as the referee whistles us for halftime here at Coons Stadium in Indianapolis. It is a Columbia Rhinos lead going into halftime. Division III men's semi. We're going to step aside for a minute. We'll be back in a few with second half action.
From the rugby universe. America, get in the game! It's time the sleeping giant of rugby got off the sideline and into the action. But like all big jobs, you'll need the right tools. Go to worldrugbyshop.com for boots, jerseys, shorts, and scrum caps. Everything you'll need to rock and roll. Get the right kit for playing and training, plus the finest selection of official supporters gear from around the globe. worldrugbyshop.com, America's home for rugby.
To understand the game in its fullest, you need to understand what's happening to the ball.
Gilbert is synonymous with every major event that's happened in our sport.
The ball is a conductor of the orchestra. We put a tiny microchip inside the ball. We're getting location information from the ball, speed, spin, distance, trajectory, hang time.
The technology and the innovation behind this ball is truly a game changer.
The moment you have all been waiting for has finally arrived. The first rugby game that allows you to play and get rewards is now live. Step into tournaments, be the ultimate manager, earn free jerseys and match tickets. It is the heart of rugby, now in digital glory. Build your strategy using real player cards. It's your game, your moves. Buy, trade, play, and create your lineup. For cards, your legacy. Experience rugby like never before. Take your fantasy rugby experience to the next level. Join Overlay.
May is Mental Fitness Month.
Major League Rugby has partnered with USI Insurance Services and Looseheads
in a united effort to tackle the stigma.
Together, we are committed to changing the game
with the mission of placing a mental health lead in every rugby club
around the world.
Managing multimedia is a challenge and an opportunity. MediaViz AI learns from your multimedia, then labels, organizes, and curates it like a trusted employee. Transform thousands of consumer photos or millions of enterprise images into a valuable collection with MediaViz AI apps, services, and APIs. MediaViz. We put the individual in AI.
Rugby is a sport where teamwork truly makes the difference. In alignment with the values of rugby, Globant and Major League Rugby join forces in a powerful innovation scrum that aims to elevate the sport using the latest technologies. We are already co-creating digital solutions to impact the game, the fans, and the global community in a sustainable way. When technology meets passion, the unthinkable happens. Globant, technology that dares to delight.
It's time to hit.
It's time to pass. It's time to train, step, and tackle. It's time for tradition. And time for brotherhood.
It's playoff time, America.
When we pick up the ball, we also pick up a legacy. A legacy that stretches beyond your current team. A legacy built on the backs of those who came before you with hard work. And for those who will come after you, we promise it won't be easy. But we'll be there, supporting you on and off the field.
It's time to hit.
It's time to pass. It's time to train, step, and tackle. It's time for tradition. And time for brotherhood. It's rugby time, America.
It's rugby time, America.
We are here to make the fast food business faster. With just one generous lick. Oh, sorry. There we go. Taste ID will create exactly the combo you would.
Welcome back to Indianapolis, Indiana. It's Kuntz Stadium, USA Club Rugby 2025 Club National Championships. 15-6, Rhinos lead Rocky Gorge in this D3 semifinal. John Brooker with Lance Cavanaugh. Lance, what a game so far.
The weather is beautiful. The grass is cut pristine. The paint is laid out clear and contrast. And we have two teams in a heavyweight match right now. Rocky Gorge on the back foot for so much of the first half, able to creep in and get 3 off of a penalty, being opportunistic after having a man down for 10 minutes to end that first half. But Columbia is the team that we thought they were, able to knock off the defending champions, able to beat the best of Florida, and now find themselves competing against the best of the Mid-Atlantic. They have an opportunity here. If they can play the space, allow their force to carry the way that they have, we might be seeing Columbia headed into a championship final tomorrow.
Set to get underway here. Rocky Gorge in white, the Rhinos in black. You see Gill on the try scorer there. One of the more athletic tries you'll see, along with some just blazing speed. The Rhinos to get us going. Henko Storm. Just 15-6 here, so fitness could have a bit to do with things. We'll see if these teams can continue with this level of play on both sides. That one knocked into a hand, but knocked on in the effort there originally by Rocky Gorge. So it's going to be a scrum here to the Columbia Rhinos. Lance, an early try here for the Rhinos would go a long way to their confidence in building them forward and just put a bigger ditch there for Gorge to climb out of.
And if Gorge is going to knock the ball on to start the half and find themselves in very unfortunate also plays into the confidence. It's more the same of the first half, starting off Columbia, set piece in a prime position.
Columbia Rhinos holding strong. Rocky Gorge trying to put some pressure on. They come away to Henko Storm. Storm holds the ball, headed towards the defense, finding some room on his own. Nice breakthrough one tackle, gets through another one, just launches the ball back, but it winds up in the hands of the Rhinos. The Rhinos look like they're playing dangerous rugby, but really know where each other are, have a good understanding as the ball comes up to one of their big fellas. Right in they go. Looks like Barcy took that one in. Wheatley's so good in the first half, getting things going. Is this the early try they're looking for? Player right there in the try line. Great shot of that coming in. Here comes the big boy, Roger Williams. He was hit high, but scores that try nonetheless. And Roger Williams touches one down. Tremendous work there from the hooker. 5 points on the board. Less than a minute gone in the second half, Lance. That bodes well for this Rhinos team.
Early mistake, and this Rhinos capitalize on it immediately. The confidence is there. Crazy on the front foot. Fly half finding himself getting right to the doorstep, almost losing it on the offload, but all it took was a little bit of connection from the rest of that forward pack. 2 crash ups later, and now you have a very confident Rhino side. No one's breathing. Everyone's talking positive. This is not the place you want to be if you're Rocky Gorge, giving up points early in this half, already being down.
See some Rhino fans in the background there. Out here from Columbia, enjoying beautiful Indianapolis. A little bit of foul weather yesterday, but a beautiful day today and tomorrow slated for the remainder of this club national championships. That kick is good. They extend their lead to 22-6. The Rhinos ahead with that early try. Good work as we take another look here. Well taken in there from Smith. Smith gets it out. Williams just picks it up. Rocky Gorge. You can see the sun playing a little factor now as that one goes high, but the captain, Douglas Sam Carter, takes that one down from Eastern Kentucky University. Played with the South Lexington Outlaws in high school. The All-Navy Rugby Training Camp. Certainly a talented player. Knock on ensues, however, so it's going to be Rocky Gorge scrum. 2.5 minutes into this second half.
An early morning for Rocky Gorge, very early moment. If they can find a way to punch back and get the 7 points back they just gave up, it goes well for the rest of the half. And that confidence that we said that the Rhinos had scoring so early in the second half starts to dissipate just a bit if Rocky Gorge can capitalize on those mistakes.
Rocky Gorge, ball at the feet of Florenzo. He's going to have a run. He's going to dish that one off. They're going to look to put Abraham through. Abraham ran a little sideways a couple times in the first half, but that straightened up line is a lot of favors for this team. So they're looking for some big runners. The ball goes in front of Cottrell, gets into the hands of Evan Miller. Miller takes that one in. Miller, a Maryland exile in high school. Ball comes across, punching some runners in, looking for that power. Ben Wardwell takes that one. Across they come. Big hits coming in here from the Columbia Rhinos defense. Alex Turner made the hit there. Looking to stretch it across the field. Is the width there? There's an extra player. They get it out there, but that space just closes down on Bland. Jason Bland from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Played in Rugby Town for the Air Force. Trying to rip that one away. Unsuccessfully are the Rhinos. Rhinos, can they shut this down? That would do them even more good. Here comes the big number 8, Alex Lorenzo. Looking for more runners in the hands of a power runner. That's Darrell Cottrell.
We're going back for an advantage over here.
But there was a knock-on in there. We're going to go back, however. They were on a penalty advantage. So penalty here for Rocky Gorge. A little open space in the field over there if they can get it there.
Offside. 10. Offside. Okay. All right. Scrum call. Scrum call.
Lance Rocky Gorge going to take a scrum here.
Number 1 and 7 off.
Time off. Sub.
Black 1, black 7.
Black 1, black 7. Off.
Changes coming in here for both teams.
Gonna hold you to the same standard as your
Scrum
previous.
coming for Rocky Gorge, just about 10 meters out from the Rhinos line. Looking to put some points on in this half. Down 14 points at the moment. Need 2 converted tries here. Big push coming from Rocky Gorge. Looking to be the second half team. Good drive. They're going to get a scrum penalty here. Referee has awarded his hands out. Williams on the move. The space is opening up. Williams gets driven in towards the touchline. Going to come back. Scrum penalty coming. And a referee takes a short blast of his whistle. May want to have a chat here with the Rhinos team.
Captain. Hey, so I understand you have a new prop on, but he's got to have to drive straight, not up.
He's driving up.
Yeah,
there.
not straight.
But sorry, can I ask a question? We've had scrum dominance. Why would we change something?
You gave up a penalty there in the first half and a penalty here. It's a trend. That's why I'm warning you.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
All right.
cool. All right. Scrum call.
Rocky Gorge going to call for another scrum here. Looking to advance that and maybe get a yellow card out of this.
I mean, quite a moment to use their mind. The top 4 inches, very intelligent to see if this prop fixes this issue. The referee's warning, and that's enough to go right back into that direction.
Rocky Gorge trying to push this again, looking to get the new prop in trouble, but can't happen. Ball out over the head this time. They were looking there for Abraham, but it goes to Alvarez. Julian Alvarez skips out of 1, stays on his feet. Good work. Henko Storm rips the ball away. Not Henko Storm, but he winds up with it in hand. Good work by the Columbia Rhinos there. A couple of knock-ons according to the referee. So we'll come back to be the first knock-on against Rocky Gorge. So at their first effort after that scrum, Rocky Gorge does not get any points, and the Rhinos stand up, score, try, play good defense, and prevent this Rocky Gorge team, Lance.
Magical moment for the Rhinos to pull the ball out. Rocky had here on this short side, unable to get the ball all the way out. Missed opportunities is going to be the calling card for this game in Rocky Gorge if they don't find a way to win it.
Pressure on him, but Wheatley able to get that one away. Gets it to the speedster on the wing. A couple of steps, gets through a couple of people there. Xavier Roberts has found some room for this Rhinos team all the time. Sending in some of the big boys. He's held up, going to have to get himself to the ground. They're going to get this ball away. It's going to be a Rocky Gorge scrum, which looks like where it might go. Hands up around the neck there. We'll see the referee plays this. Ball trying to get the ball. Ball still going forward, so opportunity to get this one out. Now they're to the ground. Referee on the spot. Gonna whistle that one up. He'll give the scrum to Rocky Gorge. Good defense on a powerful player there.
That's a big man to keep from falling if he chooses not to. Great job for Rocky Gorge, swarming, getting everyone involved defensively. The entire 4-pack and a few centers were in the middle of that chaos, and a great moment for Rocky Gorge.
Change coming in here for Rocky Gorge. Henry is going to leave the field for the remainder of this one. Just about 9 minutes gone here. See the held up player there. Anthony Washington, reserve front rower. He's trying to rip that ball away. He's trying to drive his way forward, get his hands out of there. Great shot. You can see how frustrating that can be. Rocky Gorge holds it up, gets another scrum. The last few minutes played in the Columbia Rhinos end. No points to show for it. A couple of dummy runs, looking to put somebody through a hole with a big double tackle. One of them high. Penalty here, Rocky Gorge. They're looking for goal again here, Lance. They certainly just want to keep the scoreboard ticking over while they work forward.
Add 5, take a minute and some time off the clock. That is what we call a win-win, especially for this forward pack for Rocky Gorge. Defensively, they have continued to put the work together, even with a man down in the first half, able to keep Columbia out of the try zone when they had so many opportunities. Rocky Gorge need these points, and it's a great moment for them to get that confidence and step up for the remaining 30 minutes of this match.
Williams. Does not hit that one, so here come the Rhinos. Rhinos looking to go from their own line, unafraid to run from anywhere. Right out at the 22, lining up, get the ball in behind, just going to go for the quick kick. Line out here for Rocky Gorge coming. Rocky Gorge getting themselves set up. Gregoire had a blood sub in the first half, but he's all strapped up right now, ready to go. That one sails to the top into Columbia hands. Not what they needed, but Rhinos. Opportunity here again. The captain sends his boys in with that one. They're going to come again. In behind, looking to get that ball wide. Where's the space? Looking to press on those defenders. Ball slips out, so it's a knocked-on advantage here to Rocky Gorge to be their scrum. Just over 10 minutes gone. Coming to Rocky Gorge here. Williams has ball in hand. Capital Rugby Union Championship. Did Williams. Rocky Gorge, another attacking opportunity here. Ball at Florenzo's feet in the middle of the field. There's the power runner, Abraham. A.O. Abraham gets the ball off of his center partner. They've created a little bit of momentum into this defense. Going for the kick again, looking to get it in behind. Gillum gets back. Gillum, a powerful, big runner there. Gets hit high. Not easy to hit a 6'5" man high, but they have done. Wheatley's going to go with that one. Wants to go quick. Player at not 10 there, and another penalty. High tackle. You're probably going to see this player take 10 minutes in the bin.
23 white.
All right.
And looks like referees had enough.
23. All right, just 23, not fuck. I won't jump out this already. No, not again, all right? Just move, continue moving forward. Yeah, okay. Yeah, cool.
John, I think we just seen the last warning they'll get for this matchup.
High tackle, okay.
Yeah, a bit of surprise there.
23, captain.
2 high tackles in a row. Okay, so Wheatley actually pleaded for this. They may get the card here.
High tackle, so it's going to be a yellow card against 23. 23. Justin.
They will indeed get the yellow card. Let's hear the conversation.
2 high tackles just in a row and yeah. Yeah, got it.
Justin Blocker from Deer Park, Texas will take 10 minutes of the bin. Just coming on the field recently, Lance. Yeah, absolutely right. No more warnings. Referee had enough. That was 2 high tackles in quick succession. Captain Wheatley pointed it out. Referee agreed. So a player advantage again for the Rhinos.
And there's no deeper pain on earth as a winger getting in the second half, finding yourself having a 10-minute break. You've already set for 40. That additional 10 hurts just a little bit more. Rocky Gorge picking the wrong moment.
Not straight.
Ball not straight there from the Rhinos on that line out. So an opportunity here for Rocky Gorge. Wheatley again kind of pleading his case here, saying they didn't contest that, so it should be fine. I am a little in agreement there, but referee says it was just too far out.
But they did jump. Close. Time. Sit.
Rocky Gorge. Williams trying to dig that one. They get the penalty to scrum again. Williams thinks about going quick. Down 20-6 now. Decent time going in this game. Rocky Gorge going to have to start thinking about those points as the ball is in Rampola's hands. Rampola not going to find touch, however, unless it rolls in now. Kept in, well done, into the hands of Gillum. Gillum has some company, has to take that one to the ground. Wheatley. Moving that ball across field inside their 22. It is in Xavier Roberts' hands. He gets around one. Xavier Roberts gets around another. Xavier Roberts gets around a third. He's got one player to beat Roberts, and he can. And Xavier Roberts is going to turn the corner with a 95-meter run. Xavier Roberts touches down, and the Rhinos take another weapon, score a try, and extend it to 25.
One of the things that was obvious after that kick was how condensed Rocky Gorge's defense was. There was space out here, but it seemed like they had the numbers correctly acclimated. They had enough players to cover the overlap, but all it takes is one blazer down the sideline, patience, able to set himself up with the pity-pat steps, able to outrun multiple players, and he ran right by me, ladies and gentlemen. This man was absolutely moving. No one could stop him, and he decides he wants to add 5 more to this Columbia lead. It was a gut check moment for Rocky Gorge even before those 5 points. Now they find themselves fighting for the entirety of their season. An amazing run. What a
Body
moment.
count was 4 there, Lance. He beat 4 defenders on that one as the kick goes through, so they extend the lead. Excellent work there by the Rhinos.
I mean, that run defeated everyone in the Mid-Atlantic. That might have just put Rocky Gorge out of reach for a championship. And he's been begging for those moments throughout this match. Whenever he finds himself able to get the top speed, it looked dangerous, and each one got more and more dangerous. He finally found a way to break the top off, and to do it in the semifinal matchup is a big moment for his team.
It certainly is. Again, the winner of this game play the winner of the Denver Highlanders and the Scottsdale Blues. Currently 7-0 to the Highlanders. It'll be tomorrow here on the Rugby Network as this club rugby weekend gets going. Wheatley puts the ball to his boot, finds some ground. Roberts has to come around and make the tackle this time. Players in and over trying to dig that away. Probably illegally in there, just offsides. Couldn't help himself with Roberts. So it'll be a penalty here for Rocky Gorge. Time working away from them. 17, 18 minutes gone in this second half.
And let's look at how Columbia decides to attack here. Will they play tactical, continue to kick, amplify the kicks, play on the other end of the field, or do they continue to play their attacking play, ball in hand, and even try to extend this lead? At what point do you start parking the bus and slowing it down? That is the question. 23 points isn't insurmountable, especially in these moments. These are championship caliber teams here.
Changes coming in for these teams. Wasilewski coming in. See Wardwell already in front row as the hooker for Rocky Gorge as well. They're making some changes, trying to bring some fresh legs in here. They need some points. Down 29-6. They're going to go straight up the middle of the field and try to spin off of that one. Go forward there from Abraham. A little intensity here, but that ball goes in behind from Rocky Gorge. Ball still alive, knocked on by White, which would be Rocky Gorge, so Rhino's going to get the scrum here.
And I mean, this is more of what we've seen throughout the course of this matchup for Rocky Gorge. From all from all evidence, we know that Rocky Gorge is a team that can score, a team that can play good defense, But when the pressure is on, we've seen them crumble just a bit. Too many knock-ons and prime opportunity moments, and just not there completely. I don't know if it's the early morning matchup. Could be just the beautiful weather. They might be used to something different in the Mid-Atlantic, but haven't found a way to perfect themselves in the semifinal.
Wheatley gets the ball in. See a couple of different running shapes coming at them here. Some room to move. Ball just worked back. Gillum has to get rid of it. On the ground, swing and a miss there with a boot from Xavier Roberts. So Rocky Gorge takes that ball back. Little lack of continuity there from the Columbia back line. Big hits coming in right at the halfway line. To the boot they go. Was it partially blocked? Working its way towards the touchline. Where's it going to come down here? Gillum picks it up. Gillum gives it away. Wheatley has some runners. Gets it up into the hands of Anthony Washington. Washington was turned over before in a ball like this, so gets himself to the ground more safely this time as Wheatley looks for some runners. The referee says it was knocked on in there, however, so we'll come back for a scrum to Rocky Gorge.
All good.
Tick, tick, tick. I know it's 25 minutes out before the final whistle, but something in the heart of Rocky Gorge needs to pick up ASAP. They have an opportunity to score. This is a picture that we've seen from them multiple times throughout this game. Inside of an attacking area, they have everything they need. They just had to find a way to lock it in and get everything right at the moment. They got to add points here, or we're looking at the end of Rocky Gorge D3 season.
Punch! Punch! Sit! Hold it.
Good scrum here from Rocky Gorge. Rocky Gorge. Abraham. Can't find the space he would have want. Alvarez takes that one in. Players in trying to dig over. Rocky Gorge, good work to get that one back. Reserve tackle there from Chance Connolly with the Rhinos. Florenzo takes it into contact. Williams. Rocky Gorge works through Seth Hardy.
Down! Thank you.
Referee tells players to let him down safely, and they do. On the run again, Evan Miller. Evan Miller gains a little ground. Working through the faces, getting some distance here. Good run by Tyler Tippett. Williams. Rampola finds a space. Rampola barrels into Gillum. Across they come, looking for some points right now. Very important to them would be Rocky Gorge. Comes across there into the hands. Alvarez. Alvarez gets it to his center partner, but a good job again to be turned over by the Rhinos. That's Jackson King. Wheatley puts a little offload in there. Roberts just runs out of field this time. He can work that try line with magic, but not this time.
Sit down.
Player down
Multiple
here for the
phases
Rhinos.
put together. We've seen multiple phases put together for Rocky Gorge. They've done a good job of keeping the ball, but just loses at the very end. That was a great opportunity to go through and get points. Rocky Gorge continues to fight, just can't find a way to make it ring on the scoreboard,
You
unfortunately.
want to just try straight. You step a little bit outside and then drive in, which I don't want. So.
Players getting attended to here for the Rhinos. The way things are shaping up at the moment, they'll need all these players for a game tomorrow. It's 7-7, all tied up between Scottsdale Blues and the Denver Highlanders on field 2. Coming up next on this field, Lance and I will be thrilled to bring you the Tampa Crew versus Las Vegas Irish Women's D2 semifinal.
You really think. One side.
And I mean, already in this matchup, we've seen a lot of high-flying plays, big hits, great runs. It looks like this Rhino side is ready to play. You just seen a Rocky Gorge big hit up. And this game has featured everything you would want. Fast runs, big hits, tactical play. I mean, moment for moment, both teams have shown that they have something there. But this chip in right here and the gather to go in the score, as it looks like Rocky Gorge has a maul going.
Yeah, Rocky Gorge wasting no time here once they got going. They need the points. Player gets his feet to ground, so they're good to go. Looks one way, Williams goes the other. Tyler Tippett starting to show in the second half. Gets his knee to the ground, so clean ball here for Rocky Gorge. Off they go. They're able to penetrate this interior defense of the Columbia Rhinos. Rhinos just staying strong there. In and over that one is Todd Shearer, but can't come up with it. Going to come back. It looks like a penalty.
Captain. So many infringements in the 22. Free block. Free block. Out.
Thomas Williams going to get 10 minutes in the bin. Referee Usanera has decided there were enough penalties there by Columbia.
Hold. Going back on. Yellow card is back on.
So they switch and now Rocky Gorge will be a player up for about 10 minutes here. 17 minutes left in this one.
Got it. Let's go, White. The line, boys.
Rhinos contesting there at their own 5-meter line. Gutsy play. Wheatley hoofs it downfield. Let's see what the call is here. Not sure what the call was.
Offsides, it looks like, on the kick.
Well, they did a fantastic job there, but it was an offsides in the kick. Kentucky there, so penalty here for Rocky Gorge. Things going their way.
Yeah.
And he put the ball in the touch inside the try zone, it looks like.
Straight out, up.
Option. No.
Out, through, in goal.
Yeah.
22 or scrum.
20 goal scrum. 22.
22 meters.
Thanks, Aaron. Get everybody behind him.
It's going to be a 22 here for the Rhinos. Find some green grass in the back, rolling that one if it goes in a touch. It's well done. Take a bit of time off the clock there for the Rhinos. Work down this yellow card. Work your way towards 80 minutes. Conserve some energy if you're going to go into a final tomorrow if Rocky Gorge can't climb this hill. Good work, Rhinos.
And it's just unfortunate, especially with Rocky Gorge having that opportunity, unable to convert the line out, but given a penalty on the offsides, just to immediately not able to convert and get that line out again. You can see how both teams are walking, breathing. It looks like Columbia has everything in hand. Confidence is there. Rocky Gorge is hanging their heads just a little bit.
Turnover there again by the Rhinos. They went to the front to Florenzo, but he left the ball behind. So it's in the hands of big Anthony Washington. Anthony Washington just gets those couple of meters. Doesn't go for too much more this time. And Wheatley smartly is going to play down at that end of the field. If he can roll this one into touch, but it just goes into the try zone. Going to be touchdown and come back out. Making the Rocky Gorge team play from deep in their own zone here. Goal line dropout for Rocky Gorge. Kick up into the hands of one of the Rhinos players. Rhinos inside the 22 have not been here a lot in this half, but a good run coming here with a player down. They'll have to play a little bit more conservative. Wheatley looks. Wheatley finds some space. Wheatley wants to do it on his own. Gets the ball up to another try score there. That's Roger Williams. Now Wheatley Good work to come across, look for some runners. That space can open up, it has, and in they go. And that is all she wrote. Jackson King touches it down for the Rhinos. They put another 5 points on the board. Lance, they just spent an enormous amount of time inside their own 22. And as soon as they could turn it around, they changed their fortunes, put the ball in the try zone. What a return from this Columbia Rhinos team.
This is a tested side. Not only, as I've mentioned before, defeating the defending national champions, Austin Blacks, in the Super Regional, but also fighting through a thriller, a double overtime in the national quarterfinals. This is a tested side, able to keep their composure, able to figure out ways defensively. Just get out of this next issue. All right, we cleared our lines. Let's win this line out back. They get the ball back. Let's put it all together and get in for a try. I mean, Rocky Gorge is reeling right now. Down 28 points, less than 15 minutes to go in this semifinal matchup. Everything seems to be rolling for this Columbia Rhino side. They figured it out, and they are preparing for a championship matchup tomorrow.
That one is good. They extend their lead. They will indeed look to have a championship matchup. All tied up are the Blues and the Highlanders on the other field. We take another look at a great little try here. Good work, Jackson King.
And even though one name will be on that try, that is a teamwork try.
Rhinos take that one down. 36-6. Wheatley knows what he has to do now. He's going to keep the ball in that end. Xavier Roberts putting pressure on this one. Williams had a good game as the scrum half. Rocky Gorge looking for a bit of magic here. They get the ball up into the hands of Abraham. Abraham on the run. Abraham leaps into the tackle of Gillum. Are they going to be able to turn this over? No, referee says they were in there too early. Hands were on the ground.
Hold. Time off. Time off.
So much can be said about this matchup for Rocky Gorge. Unfortunately, a player down after that line break. They're finding moments, but it could be a symptom of losing their leading try scorer, who went down in Super Regionals. One of their starting wings, Curry, putting points up for Rocky Gorge throughout the season, unable to be here, one of the biggest moments for the club. And it's just showing they need an extra spark. They just need something else. They need a little bit more. Great opportunities first half, even more in the second half, just unable to convert points on it.
Yeah, I have
about 4:30. Yes.
Fans out enjoying this beautiful Indianapolis day. Lovely day here. A little bit of rain yesterday. There's some Columbia fans. The Rhinos well represented here. Coons Stadium, home of this USA Club Rugby Club National Championships all weekend on the Rugby Network. Next Level Rugby bringing you all the actions on two fields. Tampa Crew versus Las Vegas Irish up next on this field. Take a look at the Blues versus Denver on the other field. Blues have scored another try. They're up 14-7. Winner of that will take on the Rhinos, barring something spectacular from Rocky Gorge. Rocky Gorge with the penalty. Get the line out. They're inside the 22.
Could this be the beginning of spectacular, John?
Let's see. As a commentator, that's what we hope for, right, Lance?
Yeah, this would be a good moment for the commentator's curse to pop up for him.
Ball comes down into the hands of Seth Hardy. Hardy, the back of that maul, driving forward. They get the ball away, driven back by the big defense here from the Rhinos. Some big bodies in these forwards for the Rhinos. A maul, tough to get against these guys. You see him just queuing up there. Chance Connolly wants to make a hit. Has to wait and bide his time. Another pick and go. Trying to roll his way over there. Wasilewski.
No, Han.
Just a little dive, trying to open up that space. Referee happy there. Points on the board. 5 for Rocky Gorge. Need the kick quickly.
Yeah, everything from here on out for Rocky Gorge needs to be done urgent. Even this kick, as they take their time, there's no need for water. They should be kicking the ball, really forcing the tempo of this matchup. 9 minutes left, 25 points. Gotta go.
One of the tee doesn't help there for Williams. Needs to get this kick away. There would be a shot clock on. Ball falls again.
35.
Williams might want to think about
35 seconds.
doing something a little quicker here to get that away. Maybe a drop goal.
This isn't the first time the ball fell off the tee. It happened earlier.
Not good.
No good anyway. So we're going to remain 36-11. 9 minutes to go in this one. Two minutes left on the yellow card for the Rhinos. They'll be back at full strength. Rhinos, you will see, will be in no major hurry here. Love to just eat that time off the clock if they can.
Ready?
Ball down, Rocky Gorge. It hits the ground. Not what you want. It's inside their 22. Player gets a ball and a tackler at the same time. So they're deep in their own zone. Don't really have time to kick this one and play a positional game. So they work their way forward. They need 5 points and 7 points, and they need them quick. The player coming through the hole there. Little tip pass, go through the middle. Lorenzo turns that one over. It's back in the hands of Rocky Gorge. Rocky Gorge with Storm turns quickly. Player on the ground. Here comes the Rhinos. The Rhinos, Wheatley has had a great game. Wheatley, ball in hand again. Wheatley breaks through, finds another runner, and this one's going to go in for an answering try. And this time it's going to be Alex Turner, and Alex Turner from Middle Tennessee State, the Mooseman, touches down to try. Another 5 points for the Rhinos.
We've seen everything we need to see from this Rhino side to confirm they deserve to be in a national championship game. What happens tomorrow is in the future, but what they've shown us today defensively, so strong, able to hold Rocky Gorge inside of their own half for so much of the first half, putting up points the length of the field the second half, team orchestrated tries, defensive-led tries, turning quick defensive moments into offensive points. What an amazing 73 minutes we've seen from this Columbia Rhino side. And just able to capitalize on every single mistake that Rocky Gorge places on themselves. And you can see the relaxation from this Columbia side, talking to the fans, reaching out to the fans that's here to support them, and they are ready to go. We might be looking at a championship team here right now, John.
We could be. I would get every sub in the game I possibly could right now, or the Rhinos give some people a break. Wheatley's got a long day tomorrow. Done a yeoman's bit of work today. 43-11. The score here. Rocky Gorge made it to the semifinal, so has had a wonderful season, really. Just couldn't get by this hump right now as this one is winding down. Again, next up on this field is going to be women's D2, Tampa Crew versus Las Vegas Irish. Winner of that game plays the winner of Phoenixville Whitehorse and the Grand Rapids Growlers. Atlanta Old White versus Boston Irish Wolfhounds on this field at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern today, followed by the end of Old Blue versus the Chicago Griffins. We'll explain that when it comes around. A little bit of lightning yesterday.
Just a little bit.
Wheatley, big smile on the face. Wheatley getting ready to go.
Good. Loaded.
Wheatley holding that ball. Time winding down. A little kick there from Storm. Gillum running on it. You see the speed he has here. Goes in, makes a tackle eventually. Quite a player, Gillum. Inside their 22. Ball passed back in, so have to keep it in play. It's going to roll in a touch, so that's fine. So Rhinos be their line out. Dibble has the ball in hand. Be wise for him just to take the line out, take off that time. We are winding down this second half.
Fun fact about this match, 15-6 at halftime. We've seen an explosion from the Rhinos, and as that ball went out of bounds, multiple Rhino players, slow it down, slow it down. They've already turned their focus into making sure they preserve what they have for this match and get through the rest of today.
Paul Moreno puts it in, but taken away by Rocky Gorge. Rocky Gorge drops that one back on the ground. They're going to keep playing here. Bit of a soccer game breaks out, but ball in the hands of Rocky Gorge. Here comes Williams. Williams gets hit big by one of the reserves there for this Columbia Rhinos team. Rocky Gorge looking for some late points here. Williams with that strong pass. Put some distance between the ruck and the play. Here comes Rocky Gorge. They're a little slow to get up there for the Rhinos. So the ball comes down to Gillum. Little deft maneuvers there as the ball comes back, but able to keep that ball alive. The Columbia Rhinos late in this matchup. Rocky Gorge trying to rip this one away. Has the player done so? Referee right on the spot. Wheatley's going to pick it up. Going to find an oncoming runner. Has a pot of forwards. Still looking to play are the Rhinos. Rhinos get to Gillum. Gillum stretches the legs. Gillum rounds a couple. Gillum pushes off a one right through a second and a third. Able to get back up. Gillum, what a runner. The ball comes back to Wheatley. Wheatley looking for a little offload there and gets it. And the just rewards for that man right there. Late try for the Rhinos. What work just to put the cherry on top of the sundae.
He spent an extra minute on the ground as the Columbia Rhinos got the ball back. Limped back to his team's side of the ball. Didn't even make it all the way into the offensive line. Just enough to be on sides. And as Columbia Rhinos were able to find space, big run, big move by the big man at fullback. He got back on his feet, chased on the outside as best he could, and just stayed in position. And right at the last moment when he was needed, able to find himself right at the try line. And after he touched it down, he stayed down, had to relax. He earned that 5. And again, this Columbia Rhino side continues to show their class. 37-point lead in the semifinal. I'm wondering when the winner on the team on the other field sees that score line, what would they think? They got to look over the film and figure out what it is about this Columbia side that we've seen during this match. But what an excellent bit of 80 minutes from this Columbia Rhino side.
And that was a well-deserved captain's try there for Douglas Sam Carter, touching that one down. Heart and soul of his team on this field for the full 80 minutes. As you see the kick come. That one is good. Referee spots it, and a referee whistles us the end of that one. The Columbia Rhinos will move on, and they will play the winner of Scottsdale versus Highlanders. Scottsdale up right now. That's a D3 matchup. We'll be back in a few minutes, 11:45 Eastern, with the Tampa Crew versus the Las Vegas Irish Women's Division II. Stay with us all day on the Rugby Network. We'll be back.